What's up, family? My name is Trail, and today we have some good news to share with you. New $500 checks are being introduced in one state as a result of the increase in gas prices. One congressman is proposing to send a one-time $500 check to drivers to help them during these economic times. Also in the news, Russia has decided to back down on the invasion against Ukraine. This news came on Tuesday and the stock market rallied on the positive news. Now, the U.S. has recently responded to this news and they believe that Russia is doing something else instead of backing down. And last but not least, President Biden signed a new bill on Tuesday, and I'm going to share with you exactly what that means in a moment. But first, as a quick reminder, on this channel, we cover everything from what's going on around the world with the stock market, with the war in Ukraine, as well as multiple daily news stories around the world. So if you are interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay guys, I wanted to remind you about the free $100 that you can get within a couple of weeks. Chime Bank is offering new customers free $100 if you sign up using a referral code and setting up a direct deposit from your employer. Now, once you reach a total of $200 direct deposited, you will immediately get an additional $100 deposited into your account. Now, I actually did this recently to verify everything was legit, and I received my money the same time that I met my $200 threshold. So, if you have income and you want to receive free $100, sign up today using the link down below. And then go ahead and share your link with your family and friends so that they can benefit as well. Now, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them down below in the comment section. Well, guys, apparently COVID-19 is not over yet. The FDA just authorized a second booster shot for people over the age of 50 years old. The Food and Drug Administration gave the green light on Tuesday to a second coronavirus vaccine booster shot for ages 50 and older in an effort to ward off another potential spike in infections due to a subvariant of Omicron. Now, the agency said anyone over the age of 50 years old can get a second booster shot of an mRNA vaccine at least 4 months after the first booster shot, regardless of which vaccine was administered the first time. Now, the FDA also granted emergency use authorization to vaccines from Pfizer as well as Moderna. Now, Pfizer has initially requested authorization for people ages 65 and older, while Moderna requested broader authorization for all adults. But the Centers and Disease Control Prevention, or CDC Director Rochelle Walensky, updated the agency's guidelines to match the FDA's actions, though the agency stopped short of making a full recommendation. Now, the CDC said that anyone over the age of 50 and older who wants a second booster shot is now able to get one. Now, they also just wanted to remind you that these booster shots are safe, and people over the ages of 50 years old can now get them 4 months after their prior dosage, as well as this is especially important for those 65 years and older and for those 50 and older as well with underlying medical conditions. Now, as they are the most likely to benefit from receiving an additional booster shot at this time. Now, the FDA said that there is emerging evidence that the effectiveness against the symptomatic infection and severe disease caused by the Omicron variant wanes 3 to 6 months after receipt of an initial booster dose. So again, guys, hey, if you did take the previous COVID-19 vaccine shots, hey, if you are over the ages of 50 years old as well as over the age of 65 years old, they are now recommending you to get another booster shot. And it doesn't matter whether you initially had the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccine, you can now get either of those going forward. Now, again, guys, they are saying that this new subvariant of the Omicron is spreading a little bit more here in the United States. Now, so far, it hasn't really made the top headlines, but they do expect this thing to pick up some traction over the next few weeks or next few months. So again, if you want to go ahead and get that booster shot, the time is now for you to proceed. And moving on, guys, hey, Right now, we know about the invasion on Ukraine, in which over 3.9 million refugees have now fled the country since the Russian invasion actually began. But as of some good news that happened on Tuesday, guys, yes, there was some good news in regarding the negotiations between Ukraine and Russia to prevent more civilians from dying in this invasion. And what Russia actually stated in the negotiations was they are now going to scale back their efforts in taking over Ukraine. Now, right here in this article, it says that Russia is vowing to scale back near the capital and give some relief to Kyiv. Now, guys, this is some definitely positive news, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But Russia announced on Tuesday that it will significantly scale back military operations near Ukraine's capital and the northern city, as the outlines of a possible deal to end the grinding war came into view at the latest round of negotiations. And Ukraine's delegation at the conference held in Istanbul laid out a framework under which the country would declare itself neutral and its security won't be guaranteed by any array of other nations. You know, because Ukraine was trying to join NATO, but they are agreeing to just go neutral and don't join any other nations. But Moscow's public reaction was very positive, guys, and the negotiations are expected to resume this coming Wednesday. Now, 5 weeks into what was devolved into a bloody war of attrition, with thousands dead and almost 4 million Ukrainians fleeing the country. Now, amid these particular negotiations, the Russian deputy defense minister said Moscow has decided to fundamentally cut back military activity in the direction of Kyiv and Chernihiv to increase mutual trust and to create conditions for further negotiations. Now, guys, this is some amazing news because none of us want this war to be happening right now. Only Russia is the only one, and I believe that only the Russian president is the only one that wanted this invasion to actually happen. So this is some very positive news as far as Ukraine as well as other countries, because other countries were actually suffering right now as well because of this war and just because of the uncertainty. So knowing that Russia is going to pull back a little bit, which we don't know what that will include, this is definitely some positive news, which ended up causing the stock market on Tuesday to rally. Yes, guys, this stock market has been on fire for at least the last 11 days. And just yesterday on Tuesday, the stock market ended up going up another 338 points. So guys, hey, this is some definitely positive news. And that's not the only positive news that came from these new negotiations from Russia and Ukraine, because oil prices ended up dropping another 7%, which is around $103 per barrel. Now, we know exactly about 5 or 6 weeks ago when the actual invasion started in Ukraine, we saw where the oil barrel ended up going up to $130. But now those oil prices of the barrel has now come down, but we are still yet to see the price of the gas pumps going down per gallon of gas. So hopefully that will trickle down to us consumers in America as well as in other countries. But moving on, guys, hey, the United States doesn't necessarily side or believe that Russia is actually going to scale back their operations. The U.S. actually said that they believe that Russia is just really repositioning itself, but they are not going to withdraw. Now, the Pentagon press secretary said on Tuesday that the U.S. has seen a small number of Russian forces moving away from Kyiv, but stressed that it's too early to know whether or not the pullback will be significant. He said that we believe that the repositioning is not a real withdrawal and that we all should be prepared to watch for a major offensive against other areas of Ukraine. Now, pointing in particularly to increased Russian activity in the eastern Donbas region. Now, Russia has failed in its objective of capturing Kyiv. It's failed in its objective of subjecting Ukraine, but they can still inflict massive brutality on the country, according to our press secretary, John Kirby. Now, Russia's announcement came after several hours of peace talks in Istanbul that both Russian and Ukrainian negotiators characterized as very constructive. But the senior U.S. defense official told reporters that Russia has made no progress in its assaults on Kyiv and in some areas and had established defensive positions as Ukrainian forces launched counteroffensives. So guys, we ended up having some good news because of the negotiations, and Russia stated that they were going to scale back. But on the flip side, the United States is not believing that. They are not believing what the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, is pulling back from this invasion on Ukraine. And the United States is standing by because they believe that Russia is just going to reposition itself and move their troops to other areas, which is on the east side of Ukraine, to go ahead and cause even more damage. So again, guys, this is just some breaking news, but I will keep you guys posted exactly what is going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours and how Russia responds to this news coming out later this week. I'll keep you guys posted. Now, on to some important news, guys. Hey, President Biden ended up signing a new bill on Tuesday. Now, this is one bill that we were not familiar with, but he ended up signing this bill. And this bill was called the Law First Anti-Lynching Bill. And this is the first time of such a bill in U.S. history. Now, President Biden signed into law on Tuesday a historic bill to make lynching a federal hate crime in the United States for the first time. This new law, guys, comes after more than 200 attempts to codify federal anti-lynching legislation. Now, the absence of a statute allowed the vast majority of perpetrators to go unpunished on cases of nearly documented 6,500 racial terror lynchings between 1865 and 1950. That number is astounding, guys. I didn't even know that. But under this new law, a crime would be prosecuted as a lynching when death or serious bodily injury results from conspiracy to commit a hate crime. And also, a convicted perpetrator would face up to 30 years in prison. And the bill was named in honor of Emmett Till, the 14-year-old black boy who was brutally attacked back in 1955 and tortured and murdered in Mississippi, which he helped spark the civil rights movement. So again, guys, this is just another bill that President Biden has signed under his presidency, which he has signed a ton of bills thus far. Now, this is definitely some positive news. I definitely agree with this because no one deserves or has the opportunity to be lynched in this country or even in any other country as well, guys. But us living in here in the United States, we definitely don't want anything like that to happen in the near future. So last but not least, guys, hey, we do have some good information in regards to a $500 check. Yes, these are some new checks that are being proposed in one state. Of course, it's one state, guys. We can't get all United States to actually agree on one thing. So individual states are having to propose their own different types of proposals of stimulus checks or regular checks. But anyways, guys, hey, this article says a $500 check to help drivers with the spike in gas prices and Valley Congressman's proposal. Now, it says that U.S. Representative Josh Hardie is expected to introduce a bill this week that provides drivers with some relief from rising gas prices. Now, Inside California's Politics first reported about Hardie's proposal, which is called the Putting Gas Money Back into Your Pocket Act. The proposed legislation would send $500 checks to drivers across the nation. Now, sky-high gas prices are crushing our community, so today I'm introducing a bill to put money back where it belongs, our families' pockets. Yes, Harder told Inside California Politics in a story that was posted on Monday on Fox 4's website. Now, the Congressman Hardie said that the $500 checks would be similar to the pandemic stimulus checks and payments would be issued within 30 days of the bill's passage, according to the Inside California Politics. And Hardie told the media outlet that there would be no income cap for the relief checks. The goal here is to simplify the process and get this help out ASAP. Now, Hardie is among several candidates that is seeking to represent the new congressional district. Now, the top two vote getters in the June primary will advance to the November election. And Democratic and Republican lawmakers in Sacramento, as well as Governor Gavin Newsom, also introduced proposals to help with the rising gas prices. I told you guys on yesterday's video that Governor Gavin Newsom was proposing a $400 debit card or for one individual, or for couples $800 in debit cards to help individuals out in the state of California in regards to these increasing gas prices. Now, if you didn't catch that video, you can go ahead and watch it right now after this video, guys. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, that's all we have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Mr. Budget Bill and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.